Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you all, and welcome to happiness. Welcome to the ultimate, scientifically proven, evidence-based happiness. And this is true. I'm going to talk about the ultimate happiness. And I understand that this may sound like a scam. Ultimate happiness, I mean. I understand that in history, and the history we know about, that there are many people who promised others of ultimate happiness, and it was fake. It was nothing. It wasn't real. I understand that you may heard it over and over in your past that, hey, this is going to make you the happiest person ever, or hey, this is a true happiness when you believe in it, or something like that, and nothing works out. And the reality is, I wouldn't dare promise people of ultimate happiness in this age, in the information age. I wouldn't dare doing that unless if I know exactly what I'm talking about. I also understand that many of you English speakers and people with Western background having to be told that happiness has nothing to do with science. Happiness has nothing to do with intelligence, has nothing to do with conscience, have nothing to do with reality, has nothing to do with our knowledge, our intelligence, and so on. And happiness is something that you only feel in your heart, and it is something spiritual, and the spirituality has nothing to do with brain and stuff like that. Please understand that in the course of history, people who promised happiness or promised the truth or something like that, they did every trick in the book to not be questioned and to sell what they have to people. They burn people alive. They torture people. Anyone who questions what they offer will be treated like a criminal. And as life has changed, as these people has lost their powers, science and information started to expose them. Science can teach us the difference between what is real and what is fake, what is true and what is not true. Information, on the other hand, has the ability to affirm the truth and has the ability to expose the lies. And we live in information age, and more advances in science and more availability of information leads to more exposure of fake things and lies, and leads to more understanding and more affirmation of the ultimate truth. So these people's way out was just to believe it in your heart. is to not make us discuss what they are talking about or what they are offering us by it is just a hard thing. Because he can't burn us alive anymore, because he can't put us in prisons anymore, because he can't lie to us anymore. So they say it is just something in your heart, and you have to believe in it this way. However, there are 6 problems with deleting our brain or not considering thinking about the truth. 6 problems. I'm going to talk about them right now. The first problem number 1, is that our Creator, in English you call him God. In Arabic we call him Allah. In Hebrew they called him Elohim. In Aramaic, which was the language of Jesus, peace be upon him, the name was Allah, or Allah like in Arabic. And regardless of the name of our Creator, he provided us with huge, massive, amazing intellectual capabilities. He provided us with conscience. He provided us with intelligence. He provided us with a brain which has capabilities, huge capabilities. Huge memory. You know, the memory we have in our brains. One of the neurologists, to make us imagine how huge is this memory, he said you can store 300 years of ultra HDMI movie in this brain. We speak about something like cloud storage. Huge memory. And if you are an atheist, or if you don't believe that we have a Creator who provided us with this gift, and this is just a result of our evolution, and we just happen to be exist like that, bear with me. We'll prove that Allah is true. We'll prove that God is true. And we'll prove that existence doesn't happen like this. I mean, from many perspectives, from many theories, physics, we'll use everything to prove that God is true and the God is real. As I said, this is evidence-based, scientifically proven talk. And if you are an atheist, tell me how in our evolution would we develop or evolve a huge brain with these huge capabilities, with abilities to think very fast, with abilities to have fear and have joy, with abilities to store, for example, 300 years of ultra HDMI in its memories. Where in our history did we need to do that? Unless if it is a gift from our Creator. And if this is not enough evidence for you, we have lots of evidence. So, as I said, our Creator gave us these huge, massive intellectual capabilities which we use in everyday activity, since the time we were born to the time we die. Babies use their brain. They start learning how to understand language and how to compose language, how to see things, how to differentiate between colors and so on. All this happens in their brains. And this, we use our brains in everything. When we go to college, when we go to school, when we talk to people, when we communicate with people, when we teach our kids something, when we discipline our kids, when we reward our kids, we use it. And it is said that we have millions and millions of ideas processed by our brains on daily basis. And it doesn't make any sense that God gave us this capability to use it every day, millions and millions and millions of time. And then when it comes to knowing Him and thinking about Him and thinking about His creation and the reason why we are existed, the reason why we are here, what is the purpose of our life? No. Don't use it. Don't use it. This is just because we have people who made these ideas from nowhere and they don't want us to use it, so they don't get exposed. This is the first problem, that we can't have this massive capability and we don't use it when we know our Creator, subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second problem is that believing by heart only doesn't give us answers. And not having an answer is a pain, a serious pain. And this is actually the reason why I'm making these videos, because people need answers. And those of you who know me, they know that during the last few weeks there was too much death happened around of people, relatives and friends and friends of relatives. And some of this sadly, it was self-inflicted. People harmed themselves and died. And in many cases, when I hear from relatives of those who take their lives or who commit suicide, in other words, in many cases I hear the things that they didn't know that their purpose in life. They didn't know why life is like that. They didn't know why do we exist. And people need answers. And believing by heart doesn't give us an answer. Or it gives us an answer that doesn't really comfort us. Or at the very, very end, it gives us the wrong answer. It gives us the wrong answer. And if you want to see someone that has gave us the wrong answer, I mean, I can go ahead and show you one of the people who, following his heart, gave him the wrong answer. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody, but this is a true story. We're talking about truth. We're talking about evidence-based. We are talking about science. This guy, you all know him. He's very smart. He's very intelligent. His IQ is presumed by psychologists and scientists to be 150 points. That makes him genius. He's a smart person. He wanted to find an answer. Why does he exist? Who's the best in life? He tried to get these answers, and he followed his heart. He didn't make it evidence-based. He read some stuff about evolution, some stuff about Darwinism, and so on. And he ended up saying, okay, I know why we exist. We exist because our race is the best race. Other races are subhumans. And we are the ones who go to inherit the earth. And our relationship with other races, is a relationship of superiority versus subhumanity. And accordingly, since animals, the stronger, or the one on the top of the food chain, eats the one in the bottom of the food chain. So this is what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to get rid of the other races. We are supposed to enslave the other races. We are supposed to make like a genetic cleansing to the other races, and so on. So he got the answer wrong, even though he's very, very intelligent, even though he read some books, he has some knowledge, but he got the wrong answer because it was from his heart. It wasn't from the Creator. It wasn't from the one who made us. Our Creator, God subhanahu wa ta'ala, he told us the answers. He followed the wrong answer. So we know what happened. 50 million victims. I mean, in today's counts, this would be like 300 million victims or so. And for nothing. They done nothing wrong. Just because they are from a different race than him. This is what following the heart would do to us. This is the second problem. So the first problem is that we have great intellectual capabilities. Our God gives them to us to use them. And mostly to use them when we know him. The second problem is by the heart only will get the wrong answers. And the people who don't know the right answer, they end up harming themselves. They don't find a reason why they are living. They don't find a reason why life is like that, why life is unfair, why life favors me and harms others. They don't have these answers. The third problem is everybody feel content in their heart with whatever they are doing. I mean, everyone that has a belief is content in his heart with his belief. No matter how good or bad is this belief. And I may hear an argument, hey, all beliefs are good, we can't judge people, and. But I just give you an example of Hitler and all the harm he has done. And you think Hitler had a problem with his beliefs? You think he was like feeling that, hey, I'm doing something wrong, hey, I have to stop? No, he was enjoying it. I've seen videos of Hitler having joy and feeling all happy with what he does. Videos of him being super excited when his forces had invaded France. Super excited that he's completing his plan and people are believing in him and doing all the nonsense he told people. So people, no matter what are they doing, if it is good for others or bad for others, if they do this through a belief, they feel happy in their hearts with it and they feel very, very content with it. So if you look at any criminal, if you look at, for example, serial killers, they get a kick from harming other people. Psychopaths, they get a kick from giving other people hard times and pain and stuff like that. So this is the third problem. This video is taking me a long time, so I will stop here and I will continue in a second video about the 3 other problems. So this is the real thing. We work our brain here. We use science, we use technology, we use information. We use our brain, the thing what we are meant to use. So bear with me and you'll find answers for all your questions. Thank you very much for watching, and in the next video I will speak about the other 3 reasons that believing only by heart doesn't make any sense. Of course it doesn't make any sense, but doesn't really help us. Thank you guys and have a wonderful time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.